Today in basic math section we are going to deal with coordinate geometry. uh, Mind it that we are dealing with maths which will be used in physics, okay, not all the mathematical section which you will consider in mathematics part for JE and or any other examination, right? So I'm saying that we are going to deal with coordinate geometry section, which will be beneficial in solving the question of physics only, right? Keep in mind this. Keep this in mind carefully. Okay, so let's start doing. Okay, so students, focus on the topic of the coordinate geometry. Very simple and not difficult one. So in coordinate geometry we deal with a system called Cartesian coordinate system, in which we discuss about three axes. One is x-axis, another is y-axis, and the next one is z-axis. Okay, z-axis, z-axis, z-axis. Okay, so this part will be called as negative x-axis, this part as negative y-axis, and as you can see, I have drawn the z-axis is perpendicular and coming out from the screen. Okay, this is positive z-axis. So for negative z-axis you have to realize or imagine that the axis is going inside the screen and perpendicular to it. So since we are dealing with 2D plane, we have to imagine 3D part. So let's draw a cube or cuboid to have more visualization. Let's draw it. Okay, like this. We're dealing, we have like this. Okay, so you can imagine in a better way through this cube or cuboid. This is your y-axis, x-axis, and this is z-axis. Okay, you can see. Okay, now this part is negative x-axis, this part is negative y-axis, and this part is negative z-axis. Okay, understood? Fine. Now let's try to understand that the common intersecting point is called origin, whose coordinates are 0 comma 0 comma 0. Fine, good. So whenever I say that we have a point in a space, we have a point in the space, let's say A, and let's say that its coordinates are 2 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, we have to realize that what does this coordinate 2 comma 4 comma 5 means here. It means if you start from origin is basically initial point from you have to start. Okay, and if you want to reach point A, if you want to reach point A, you have to understand that you should move 2 unit along positive x-axis, as it is plus 2, right? 2 unit along positive x-axis, then 4 unit along positive y-axis, and then 5 unit along positive z-axis. I hope you realize this. This is, then you will reach point A. So from now onwards you have to keep in mind that what is the basic idea behind writing the coordinates. If you are writing coordinates of point A as 2 comma 4 comma 5, you must understand that when you start moving from origin, you have to move parallel to x-axis, fine, and 2 unit, then parallel to y-axis, 4 unit, and then parallel to z-axis, 5 unit, you will reach the point A. Let's talk about some simpler situation. Like if I'm saying that we have a point B whose coordinates are 10 comma 8, fine, then to reach point B you have to start from origin, move 10 unit along positive x-axis since it is 10, and then 8 unit along positive y-axis, then you will reach what? Point B. This is 10, this is 8. Cool. Okay, very good. Now if someone asks you that what is the distance between this origin 0 comma 0 and this point B, let's say origin is O, so how will you get it? So you must connect O and B with this line, and you have to calculate this distance. Keep in mind that whenever we ask distance between 2 points in physics, you have to calculate the shortest distance. Okay, and that will only be calculated when you join those 2 points with a line. So in reality, you have to calculate the length of the line joining the points. This is called distance between 2 points. There can be multiple way to get the distance between 2 points, but when the path is not described in the question, you have to understand that shortest distance has been asked. And how will you get shortest distance? By joining the points with a line and calculating the length of the line. This is how you can calculate it. Okay, so this is why you must understand in physics, whenever a distance is being said and no path is being described, you have to calculate the shortest distance. Okay, and that shortest distance, like here, is being calculated by joining the points. Or similarly, let's say if I'm saying that this is a line, okay, and this is a point, and you have been asked that what is the distance between point and the line. This can only be calculated by calculating shortest one. Okay, how will you calculate shortest one? You just project a line from point A to this given line, and that must be perpendicular. So whatever be the distance of this particular line, this will be the distance which will be called as the distance between the point A and the given line. Okay, mind it, very important. Okay, now let's talk about how to calculate OB. So we can use Pythagoras theorem, and this is perpendicular, you can see, right? So it will be simply how much? It is root of, you can say this is 10, this is 8, so 10 square, then 8 square, right? Fine. So this root of 10 square plus 8 square is basically calculated with the help of the Pythagoras theorem. So to get a general formula to calculate the shortest distance between 2 points, you must understand this 10 square 8 square can also be find out by simply saying that if this is something, let's say x2, and if this is something, let's say y2, and if this is, let's say it is x1, and if this is, let's say y1, fine. One is x1 y1, another is x2 and y2, fine. Now if you want to understand that this particular thing is what, basically you can see that this particular thing is this particular thing is y2 minus y1, cool. And this particular thing is x2 minus x1. I hope you understand. This is y2 minus y1, since this is, see, this is y2, this is y2, see, this is y1, see, this is y1. So if you want to calculate this particular thing, so it is y2 minus y1, and see, this is what, basically x2, and this is what, x1. So this particular thing is x2 minus x1. So with the help of the Pythagoras theorem, you will get it y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square, and then take root over to get this distance t. Okay, so to have the generalization of this formula, shortest distance between 2 points in the space, mind it that if shortest distance is not written and it is only written distance, you have to calculate by default as shortest between 2 points in the space, is given by x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. This is it. You have to memorize this formula, a very important one. Fine. Now let's describe slope of a line. Next topic, slope of a line. So it's a mathematical term. Slope is a mathematical term. First you have to understand that what is basically slope in mathematics. Don't think about the feel of this particular term. First understand what is this basically as a term in mathematics. Okay, so slope of a line is simply, if you draw a line like this, so if it's a line, it has no ending, so you can extend it like this, extend it, So now you will say that this line is cutting this particular x-axis and this particular y-axis, right, somewhere. So if you want to say that wherever it is cutting x-axis, wherever it is cutting x-axis, highlight this point. This one is the point. Now from this point, move towards right. You may say that in the direction of positive x-axis. Draw an arrow in the direction of positive x-axis. Draw an arrow in the direction of positive x-axis. Fine. Now from this arrow you have to calculate the angle this particular line making, okay, in anti-clockwise sense. Very important. Anti-clockwise sense, not in the clockwise. You can't take it like this, you can't take it like this, you can't take, this one is wrong, you can't take like this one is again wrong. In anti-clockwise sense only. So I am repeating the line which has been given, extend it, see where it is cutting the x-axis, highlight it, draw an arrow in the direction of positive x-axis. From that arrow, calculate the angle in the anti-clockwise sense. Okay, so let's say that this is theta. So slope has been described as tan theta. It's a mathematical term. This is slope. Slope of this line is tan theta. I hope you understand. Now again, you should see that how will you get tan theta with the help of coordinate geometry. So let's say we have 2 points mentioned, or through any way we can have, we are having these 2 points, okay, on present on this line. Fine. So what you will do, simply let's say this point is x2, y2, and let's say this point is x1, y1. Cool. Now if you want to calculate theta, can you see that if you draw a line parallel to x-axis like this, and if you draw a line parallel to y-axis like this, okay, whatever be this theta will be same as this, because this line is this line, these lines are parallel, so this angle is equal to this angle as corresponding angle. Cool. So this is also theta. Now how will you get tan theta? This is basically y2 minus y1. I just told you in the last discussion, this is y2 minus y1, and this one is x2 minus x1. I just told you in the last discussion. So tan theta can be written as y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Fine. That's great. So this is how you can have a formula in the to determine the slope of a straight line. y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. I hope you understand. Okay, very good. Now let's discuss about slope of various lines, and on the basis of whether it is positive or negative. Let's say I am drawing some lines like this. Here, this line, we have this line, we have this line, we have this line, we have this line, or whatever you want to draw. So let's try to find out, and let's try to calculate some more. We have this line, we have this line. Now see, extend it, highlight it, see the angle. This angle is greater than 90 degree, so therefore you can say tan will be negative, so therefore slope is negative here. Extend it, theta less than 90, slope is positive because tan theta will be positive. Similarly, extend it, again theta less than 90, positive. Extend it, highlight it, see this octaves, that's why it is negative, slope is negative. Extend it, see it, theta, acute angle, positive, slope is positive. Extend it, see this is 90, tan 90 is undefined, so slope is undefined here. Extend it. Now it will never cut x-axis, so it is parallel to x-axis, so angle between the x-axis and this line, the extension line, is 0 degree. Theta is 0 degree here, therefore tan 0 is 0, therefore slope is 0. I hope you understand. Very good. That's it for coordinate geometry, and you have to keep these things in mind. Thank you.